All right, Barack Obama warned a group of his high-rolling backers not to get too cocky about the prospect of him taking the White House. The Democratic candidate reminded guests at a fancy fundraiser last night, too, in New York, that, hey, you know what? Don't forget New Hampshire. We thought we won New Hampshire, and Hillary Clinton shocked us.
Yeah, liberal radio talk show host Ed Schultz and conservative radio talk show host Steve Malzberg are going to go toe-to-toe on this one. All right, Steve, since you're sitting on the couch, I'll let you take the first stab. Obama, I mean, he's telling the truth because Hillary Clinton came from behind and surprised everyone in New Hampshire. The polls are now tightening. Absolutely.
And in the case, the presidential election always gets tighter. You have an 11-point lead, you win by 2. You have a 16-point lead, you win by 3 or 4. It's bound to happen. And look at the internals of the Gallup poll yesterday, as you guys alluded to earlier. 2 points with likely voters. The Zogby poll is tightening. All the polls. The Rasmussen poll was 10 a few days ago. It was down to 5. It's getting closer. And Obama, they must know more than we know, because that's all they do is poll. And if he's telling that to the folks, don't get too cocky, he must have reason to do that.
Hey, Ed, I'll tell you what, give Obama credit. He has more events than John McCain. You would think Obama's trailing.
Well, he has the mindset that he is, and that's good. They've known all along that this is a marathon and not a sprint. This is still a long haul. There's an eternity left before this election. It's a smart play by Obama to take that road and make sure that his ground forces do everything they do to make it happen. I was in Madison, Wisconsin the other night and had a town hall meeting, and I have to say that a lot of people are pretty confident right now, but they also know that they got to cross this finish line. So I think it's a smart play on the Obama camp to remind everybody there's a long way to go. The polls, they look good, but they don't. That doesn't mean anything on election day until you get a vote.
But they're picking out the curtains already. Somebody should tell Nancy Pelosi and the rest of them to wait. Just hold it a minute.
Yeah, well, somebody should tell the bookies in Ireland, too, because they already paid their bets on an Obama win. Let me talk about the man of the hour, Joe the Plumber. Because now the attacks have started on poor Joe the Plumber. I mean, I think we're kind of missing the point here. And, Steve, I'm going to give you the first crack.
Everybody's missing the point intentionally from the Obama camp, which includes the mainstream media, of course. And what they're saying is, oh, he's not a plumber. Oh, he doesn't make $250,000. What's he worried about? Biden says, I don't know any Joe the Plumbers. The point is, this guy wants to buy a small business. So what if 1% of them only make $250,000 a year? The goal is you want to succeed. You want to do better. 100% of them want to make more than that. So Obama is saying, if you do, I'm going to take that money and I'm going to spread it around. So no incentive to do better. He takes the incentive out of America. That's Marxism, my friend. Marxism.
Ed?
Well, let me speak from experience. E.A. Schultz Construction is a company run by my 2 boys, and I can tell you that we've looked at both plans. We really like the Obama plan. We're going to get some tax credits that we wouldn't get under the McCain camp.
Do you make more than $250, Ed? Does it make more than $250? Ed, does it make more?
You know, Steve, I didn't interrupt you, Steve.
I'm just asking a pertinent question.
This happens every time I go on the air with you.
Oh,
you always torpedo everybody.
But Ed, just to the point, are they right to attack him? Are they right to attack him?
Would he leave?
Wow.
Oh, my gosh. I asked him if I wanted to know the context of the business. That's all.
Oh,
actually, I think that was a pretty good question if he makes more than $250, because that makes the whole point relevant to what we're discussing.
Wow.
Oh, that's fantastic. How sensitive do you have to be? One line and he storms out?
It was a decent question because he says he's going to get tax credits. It must be a pretty rotten business.
Imagine if Joe the Plumber was that testy. 3 questions out on his veranda yesterday, he would have stormed away or broken someone's head open.
Oh, man, I thought, this was in the spirit of the dinner last night. I thought we could, have some fun. And
Is it? Steve,
Steve, could you fill in for Ed Schultz?
Steve, could you play the role of Ed Schultz? Can you put a red-haired wig on? What is that? Did you see that?
Sure. Hey, hold on. Anybody here, let me ask you, anybody here at the Veranda restaurant, will anybody be walking off during your segment? No, of course not. What are you, nuts? Ed. Oh, man. If he can't take little Steve Malzberg.
I tell you, Steve, he got a call from that construction company he has. There's no more cement. He's got to go. Something must have happened,
I think he just wants to be on YouTube. All right. Steve.
Imagine if he was trailing in the poll.
My pleasure.
All right. Steve, no, just for equal bout, would you storm off, please?
I'm out of here, baby.
Yeah. I think that was actually a ploy.
Everyone's mad at us.
Yeah. See, Brian, now usually you leave.
Right.
So could you leave now too, please?
All right, fine. Listen to Steve Malzberg
And then
on
everyone will
710.
think that you really are
All right,
mad.
fine.
That's the way they report it.
Steve, why don't you leave?
Wait a minute, you're asking Brian to leave and not me to leave? What are you, crazy? I can't stand for that.
All right, why don't you take... All right, let me tell you what's coming up on the show. If you're betting on Obama to win the election, you may have a payday coming early, whether or not he wins.